Hello and welcome to the Overtime Sports Show. I am AV from Magic 102.1 with my homie.
What up? It's G-Man from a G and a Pimp. Hey, man, this is right up our alley, man. You know, me and AV from Magic 102.1 are huge sports fans. We're going to have a lot of different conversations about what's going on in the world of H-Town, around the sports world. And we'll have some local celebrities on here, too, and some big-time celebrities, too. So.
You know how we do it. We're going to talk, keep it real about H-Town sports and things that's happened national. We want you to share, like, and share your comments with us because we know you're as passionate about H-Town sports and national sports team. Because, you know, here in H-Town, everybody, you know, is fans of the Rockets, the Texans, the Astros. And then we have some people who are implants, the fans of the Cowboys, fans of the Lakers, you know, fans of New York. So everybody has their own flavor. So we want you guys to comment on the show and share with us today. G-Man, let's dive right into it this past week. Listen, my heart was hurt because James Harden, J13, came back to the Toyota Center and dropped a triple-double on the Rockets, and we lost our 13th game in a row.
Yeah, you know, although John Wall had 36, but it wasn't even enough. I think we weren't even in the game the whole. I kept watching it, and I don't think we got closer than 10, 15 points throughout the whole game. So, yeah, it was a whooping, man. Hopefully, with this All-Star break, we'll have a chance to regroup, get Christian Wood back healthy, and I think we'll be all right, man. But
yeah. You know, Timmy Fertitta said something that was, you know, real positive this week. He said that he was going to retire James Harden's jersey. You know, James Harden joined the Rockets in the trade back in 2012. He gave us 8 seasons, 2017, 2018. James Harden won the MVP award. He was a scoring champion several years. And, of course, he worked his way out of the team this season, worked his way out to go to New Jersey to be with Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving. So how do you feel about the Rockets retiring James Harden's jersey, man? Is it worth it? Do you think that's honor worthy of him?
Well, you know, people were telling me, you know, that, you know, yeah, he's a great player, but he was never a clutch player in the playoffs. And but you know what? You got to give the man, he's probably one of the best, top 5 at least, one-on-one players in the history of the game, I think. I mean, one-on-one, he's unstoppable. He's unguardable. But I'm a little upset that James Harden left. You know, I was hoping they could work it out. But retiring his jersey.
Because you got to think about it, man. Listen, it's going to be up there with Calvin Murphy, up there with Akeem Olajuwon. We got a title, 2 titles with Akeem. You know, Calvin Murphy was a scorer. So I'm a little kind of 50-50 on this thing because he's, like you said, a scoring champion, a great scorer. We went to the playoffs 8 straight years, even though he couldn't, you know, come through in the clutch. But when you look at scoring titles, when you look at how many points he averaged for the Rockets, I mean, it's worthy.
He's an all-time great. You know, I'm still upset about we should have won a world championship when they missed 27 3-pointers in a row and lost by 8 points in Game 7 at home.
Yeah.
But still, I don't think I ever get over that. I don't think I'm ever going to get over some other things and choosing sports, but that one is etched in my mind for a long time. And I don't think I talked to Eric Gordon about actually right before last year. Eric Gordon came to the studio and he said, you know what? If we don't do it this year, then we're not going to they're going to blow it up. And I didn't think it was true. And sure enough, they didn't make it last year and they blew the team up. So,
well, like you said, I think our opportunity was when we had Chris Paul. We were a hamstring away for me from winning a championship title, an NBA title due to Chris Paul hamstring.
2-3 points. That's all we needed.
Yeah, and it was over. Listen, our Rockets team, I don't know, a lot of times we don't want to believe it. You know, it's hard for us as fans to accept the fact, but we are in a full-blown rebuild mode with the Houston Rockets. The trade deadline is coming. We've got some veterans, and this is just my personal opinion that I think should be on the trading block. Tucker, your man Eric Gordon, I think should be on the trading block. Victor Oladipo, I think it's time for him, you know, as well to be traded because I like the assets of what we have. Kevin Porter Jr., you know, we got Christian Wood. So let's rebuild, man.
Well, Oladipo's a good player, man. I don't know if I want to get rid of him, but I know he's in his final year of his contract, right?
Contract. I mean, we offered him a 2-year extension at the beginning of the trade, which was just a kind of gesture from the Houston Rockets. But I'm thinking, listen, we're not going to win this year or next year. You know, we need to get from up under these major contracts and let's get rid of these older players and get some assets.
Yeah, there it is right there. Y'all talking Houston Rockets, AV from Magic 102.1. Myself, G-Man. It's called The Overtime Show. Hey, shout out to everybody who's chiming in on the messages. Mia, Norman, Todd. Hey, I appreciate y'all. Have any kind of question, let me know. Norman says the jersey needs to be retired. Wow, okay.
Yeah, I'm with it.
The game on Wednesday, he did get a different response. Everybody thought he was going to get booed. He got some cheers and some boos.
He got some boos. Yeah.
But at the end of the day, man, I guess if you have a big contract and you're guaranteed money, you can do what you want to do. You can cry about it. You can say, I'm not playing, and they still got to pay you or trade you. So he got his wish. So
I'm glad you said that about guaranteed contracts, because we got to touch and talk about something that's real touching to me. Our Houston Texans. It seemed like 2 years ago, in 2019, when we were up 20 more points on the Kansas City Chiefs, we were on our way to coming home to play the Tennessee Titans in the AFC Championship Finals, and then the bottom fell out. And it seemed from that moment on, the Houston Texans have been spinning out of control.
That's another thing, man. I've been not only do I go to the games when we had the media credentials and all that, but I've been a supporter of the Texans, man, since day one. I've been a season ticket holder since day one. I can't even know how much money I've spent on season tickets, but every year they put it this way: the first game ever against the Cowboys, my season tickets were $44 a piece. Then seats I sit in, they're $120 now. So
I told you to get out of those seats.
But I did put this out there, and I told people this, and mark my words. I said, if Deshaun Watson leaves or gets traded, I will not update my season tickets this year. I will cancel my subscription.
But you got to remember, I told you a couple of years ago, you need to let those tickets go, because I see the bottom falling out.
On the show, we're gonna bring something up real quick, y'all. And again, we're not, I'm not crying about anything, but look, me and AV, we've had press credentials to the Texans for the last 10, 12 years, I think it was. I'm still paying for season tickets, and I get cash to go to. So about 4 years ago, they came back and they said, oh, by the way, we're not giving y'all credentials this year. And we're thinking, why? What's going on?
What happened?
They never gave us a real definitive answer. We had the GM call them, and they just said, nope. But it looked like to me, and it's just my personal opinion, it looked like all the urban stations, all the minority stations got knocked out.
Yeah. All the music formatted urban stations were definitely removed. But listen, for me, it goes back to DJ Swearinger. When Bill O'Brien came in, they started this thing of trying to get away players that they thought were problematic. It started with DJ Swearinger, went to Jadeveon Clowney. We traded him, which was an unusual trade for a couple of, second and third round players and some draft picks that we got with him. Then the unthinkable happened with the Hopkins trade, which still to this day, Houston, we have a major problem.
Yeah. Norman says it wasn't personal; it was business. Number 13. I feel you, brother. But back on
it was personal too.
Yeah. But back to the Texans at hand, man. Like I said, Bill O'Brien, when he made that Hopkins trade, I don't know if y'all remember the quote that he said. He says, "You're going to thank me in about 3 years."
No.
I sit there and thought, 3 years?
Yeah.
We're in win mode now, and he left. He got fired after 4 games. I mean, I don't get it. I don't know.
Yeah. We went down here. And you remember at the end of last year when the bottom fell out after they fired Bill O'Brien, which I felt like they should have let Bill O'Brien stay the entire year and suffer the pain with everybody else. I think he was able to be a scapegoat because you allowed him to be the head coach and GM. When they got rid of Rick Smith a couple of years ago, that was another horrible idea. And you think about it, Dwayne Brown, too. Thank you. I appreciate that. When they traded Dwayne Brown, but Dwayne knew that there was a cultural issue that was going on. So we needed to get rid. He needed to get out of the city and move because he could see the foundation and the bottom falling off. But when you think about the decisions that were made concerning this team and how the bottom fell out on the squad at the end of the year, when JJ and Deshaun Watson walked off the field and JJ apologized to Deshaun and said, we wasted a year of your life. At the press conference, both of those guys talked about that we needed a cultural change in the system. And then when they made that promise to Watson and they didn't keep it, we were in trouble.
Let me ask you this before we get off to Texas real quick. Do you think because Deshaun signed that big contract before last year that he should honor that, or you think because it's in the ball's in his court now. He can do what he wants. I mean, that's kind of what's going on now. It looks like it's going on in major sports. Like they get to dictate what they want to do because they got these big contracts.
And that's what's coming to, NBA. They've been able to do that for some years. And now Deshaun will probably be the pivotal person that causes that to happen in the NFL. And I want you to honor your contract, but I don't want you to sit in your frustration. I want you to, hey, if he feels that the cultural situation is not for him, I'm a big Deshaun Watson fan. I don't want to see him go. I want to see him stay. But listen, everybody around the league that he's connected to, whether it's through his agent or anybody, he's frustrated. He's ready to go, but I don't think we should trade him. We already just saw J.J. Watt leave.
Yeah, that was a bad thing. And the J.J. Watt, and then the way I don't know if you saw the way he made the announcement when he was wearing the Arizona Cardinals while he was working out. He actually planned that. He actually ordered 5 different shirts off of Amazon, but he had his buddy do it because he didn't want nobody to give it away, and they could put him on the package. So he had his brother's buddy order 5 shirts, and he was gonna wear when he decided to do the Arizona Cardinals, which people are thinking. I thought he was gonna go to Green Bay. He had a chance to win a ring with Aaron Rodgers. He could have went to Kansas City. He could have went to his brothers in Pittsburgh, but decided to go to Arizona. I don't know why, but
Well, I mean, think about it. $31 million is why. I mean, you get this guaranteed money. That's why, because I really thought he was going to go to Buffalo. I thought he was going because I think Buffalo has a real chance to win the Super Bowl next year. And I thought he was going. That defense is already, stout, and a lot of great players on that defensive side of the ball. So I thought he was going to go there. But you got to remember, Arizona is almost like the Texans, the NFC South Texans, because they got our boy Hopkins, Vance Joseph, who was on the team when we had Phillips as our defensive coordinator. And so he's familiar with Vance Joseph. And so, those guys went to try to, get him to talk to him to come to Arizona. And then he made $31 million. So why not go? I was shocked by it, but I understand it because it was a place of familiarity for him.
Yeah. All right. Another big thing coming up is March Madness, man. Basketball March. We missed it last year because of the pandemic. Yeah. They're going to have it this year, March Madness, and right down the road, Third Ward, Houston, Texas, man, our U of H Cougars. Yeah, they're right now they're like second in the AAC American Conference. I know the mock March Madness brackets had them at number 2 seed. I know they lost a game a couple weeks ago, but they could still be a 2-3 seed. What do you think about the Cougars?
Man, I've been a big fan of the Houston Cougars rolling into March Madness. And like you said, we really should be in first place. And I say we because, I'm an H-Town fanatic when it comes to the sports, whether it's college, high school, NBA, NCAA, I'm all for it. And we really should be in first place in the AAC. Just had a couple of stumbles along the way. Wichita State got them a couple of weeks ago. And the Cougars are rolling in the top 10 in the nation. And they got some great players from the freshman Tremont Mark, Dejan Giroux, Quentin Grimes, who's doing some great things with the basketball team, a transfer from Kansas, who's been with the team a couple of years now. Even though they had one of their players to transfer, one of the star players to transfer at the beginning of the year, I think because of the defense of Kevin Sampson, that U of H is primed to go far into the NCAA tournament. Now, will we win it all? We don't have a lot of great shooters, but they play great defense.
Yeah, I know. I remember a couple of years ago they made it to a Sweet 16, and I was excited about that. They had a chance Michigan. It didn't happen, but hopefully this year, man. So shout out to Third Ward, man. U of H out there, man, and I'm hoping for a good run in the March Madness, man. So by the way, I will have a March Madness bracket up on our Facebook. We have just a play where you can play along with us and stuff. Maybe give you some prize at the end. We'll let you know about that.
Yeah, and man, guys, shout out to. Keep your eyes on the SWAC as well. Prairie View A&M TSU. Prairie View is number 1 in the SWAC. TSU is number 3 right now. They're getting ready to head into that SWAC tournament, of course, for March Madness. So we'll have somebody represented from our HBCUs in the building. Shout out to everybody that's a part of the HBCUs. And thank you guys for sharing and liking the Overtime talk show with me and G-Man as we talk H-Town sports and national sports. Thank you guys for commenting and sharing with us today. Listen, I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm my bad. But we will get into more basketball U of H talk as March Madness gets closer and closer. So yeah, for people that go to U of H and love U of H, we're definitely gonna dive into that and hopefully get some people on here, some players with us. So yeah.
Yeah, Carlton, I gotta give it up, man. Listen, Juwan Howard, the head coach of Michigan, is doing a great job, even though Illinois came in and knocked them out of the number 2 spot just 2 days ago. You know, they went into Michigan, Ann Arbor, and they blew them out. But Michigan is one of my surprise teams that I want you to keep your eyes on as we march into March Madness, going into this NCAA tournament, which is going to be fantastic. So I'm all for that. Hey, man, let's roll back to the NBA. You know, we're getting ready for the All-Star game that's coming up. How do you feel about this All-Star game, man?
Team Durant. I kind of liked it back when they used to have, each conference, West against the East. I liked it like that. This way, I don't know, man. I haven't been able to get into All-Star game mode for a few years now, man. Even the slam dunk contest has nothing on past slam dunk championships, like when Michael Jordan and Dominique Wilkins and Gordon not that long, a few years ago. So I don't know. I can't get into the NBA basketball just yet. I'm gonna watch it, but I'm just not hyped as I used to be. Yeah,
I like how they go through the draft, as you said, and now Team Durant, Team LeBron, All-Star game in the ATL. That's ATL is a party within itself. So be careful, mask up, practice social distancing. That's all I'm gonna say, because All-Star weekend brings a lot of entertainment with it. But when I look at Team Durant, I like how he picked a lot of his players with Harden and Irving. You got to stick with the boys that you come to the party with, because I think it's going to be a good scoring game for us. So who you got, Team Durant or Team LeBron?
If you're a betting man, if you're in Vegas right now, you can drop a bag on which team would you drop a bag on? Team LeBron or Team Durant?
I'm going Team Durant.
Yeah,
and I'm using your money.
Well, we're gonna be on layaway plan or something.
Yeah, because to me, Team Durant is stacked, man. You think about it, like I said, you got Zion Williams on the team, Julius Randle, so you got the guys on the board, and then of course with Durant and Harden and then Irving on the team. The team is stout as well. I know LeBron's got Giannis on the team, and he's got some great players on the squad as well. So I know they got a good team, but I'm going with Team Durant. Your money that I'm using is on Team Durant.
It is Team Durant. All right, so NBA All-Star game is at 7:00 on Sunday night, so y'all can check that out. All right, so again, you're looking at the AV, myself, G-Man, Magic 102, 97 on the box. It's a new show called The Overtime. So this is the first one. Hopefully next Friday, we'll be able to bring on some celebrities on here. Y'all can talk, ask them questions, man. So yeah, if you're going out to ATL, contact us. Watch the COVID increase in ATL. So yes, watch out if you're going to ATL. Be careful out there, man.
Yeah, listen, let's jump into this. I know it's still early, with Team LeBron and Team Durant in the All-Star game playoffs, but let's kind of get a look now as we head after we come off All-Star and we head toward the NBA playoffs. We got to think of the MVP race. You got Joel Embiid, you got LeBron James, of course, KD. You got James Harden, who's out there, giving triple doubles every night, and Giannis. So far, even though I'm probably going to hate to say this because, he cried his way out of our city. James Harden has been impressing me for really the last 5 or 6 years with the way he plays, triple doubles, scoring titles, and all that. If you had to pick an MVP for this year, for me, I got to ride with Harden.
No, I got to go with the man just turned 75 years old, Mr. LeBron James, man. What he's doing at his age, what is he, 38, 37, something like that? What he's doing at his age in the NBA is remarkable, man. I think he's better now than he was 4 years ago.
Yeah.
LeBron.
Well, he want to play with his son, man.
Yeah.
He want to continue to play until he plays with his son. So you already know. You already know how that goes. He's going to continue to try to play until he gets to the end.
He's going to be like King Griffey Jr. and King Griffey Sr. playing on the same team.
On the same team. So you got LeBron, I got James Harden. It's going to be a battle again. I think James got robbed after 2017 and 18 when he won. I think he should have won back-to-back, but that's a whole nother story. Chime in on us as well. Share, like, and comment. Let us know who you think would be the MVP for the NBA. We got to jump back to the Rockets, man.
Well, let's jump back to the Rockets real quick, but I do want to touch back on the Texans because I think a lot of people are also, wondering about Russell Wilson, Deshaun Watson, Dak Prescott. Let's jump on the Rockets real quick, and then we'll just jump back to let's just do it now. Then there it is right there.
We roll with it. So another trade situation with these guys, because you got to think about, here we have these quarterbacks who want out of their particular cities. when you talk about trade talk, especially out of Russell Wilson and Deshaun Watson, in your opinion, who do you think is probably going to be traded first? And then which team should probably try to do everything they can to hold on to the quarterback?
Well, I think I definitely think Deshaun. He's made it clear that he wants out. Russell Wilson does love Seattle. He said that. He did get 4 or 5 teams that he would go to, but I don't think Seattle will let him go. I think Deshaun is strong arming his way out of the city, man. I hope he changes his mind, but I would think Deshaun will be the first one.
Yeah, and then what do you think is a great place for him to land? Because for me, I'm thinking because New York has the 2nd pick, and then, of course, they have the 18th pick, and they have some other assets on defense. I think that if we can get a couple of first-round picks for him this year and a first-round pick for him next year and some players as well to be named, I think if we can, New York would be the place for me if we were going to trade Deshaun Watson.
Would you swap their quarterbacks? I know Darnold's he's on the top too.
Man, listen, you could give me Darnold, but I'm probably going to release him as well. He'll be a great backup for the team. You know, I don't know. We got to go out and try to find a veteran quarterback to kind of take this team through this transition season. But I just want to make sure, because we got a lot of people on the book, especially for the Texans, that we, in my opinion, that we need to get rid of. You know, one is our favorite. We love him, Whitney Merciless. I think he's to be another trade asset or at least come off the books after this next season. We got Murray, who they brought over from Cleveland. I think we paid him too much money. I think it would be valuable for him after next season to get him off of the books as well, so that we can, you know, get these trade assets in so that we can continue to rebuild for 2022, in my opinion.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm just Texan talk, man. It just hurt my heart when we talk about the Texans, man. So we'll see. I know April's coming up. You got the combine. You got, they're going to release a schedule right before the right before the draft. So we'll see, man. I'm just not. I don't have my hopes up, man. But I hope Deshaun changes his mind, because he has all the city of Houston, man, on edge right now.
Yeah, Carlton. Listen, Carlton says they're trying to hold Watson hostage. Listen, brother, we're trying to keep him here as long. I'm with them keeping him here as long as possible, because we've waited. I mean, you got to think about it, man. All of the quarterbacks that we had to go through to get to Watson. You know, think about it, from the David Carr days.
Matt Schaub,
yes,
Osweiler, Tom Savage.
Yeah, Ryan Fitzpatrick. Don't forget about him. Don't forget about Banks.
And then the dude Maloney. What was his name?
I know you're talking about. I don't remember. It was just that bad.
Yeah,
for us.
Yeah,
we
were a joke for a long time, man. I don't want to go back to being a joke, man. But
no, and then the good thing about the league, if you're able to draft, a good quarterback early, and that's why I said we got to get that 2nd pick. So we can be able to pick a franchise quarterback and then kind of rebuild this team, because when we look at our defense and the offense side of the ball, we really don't have much. You realize that they just said last week that they were not going to franchise Will Fuller. So that means Fuller is a free agent now. So he's pretty much can go wherever he wants to go and pick. So it's like now we don't really have a receiver core. We are in full rebuild mode. Keisha says Houston sports has let me down lately, especially the Texas front office. Love JJ Hopkins and, of course, Watson. So I'll follow them to wherever they go. And you know what?
The new Arizona Cardinals logo they had out there. It was a Cardinals logo with the Texans star on the eye. So
that's hard for me. Listen, the sad part is we don't have a first round situation this year, so we're trying to get it by trade, Derek. And that's the only best asset we have, is to try to position ourselves by trade to get a first round pick and even a 2nd and 3rd round pick for the team.
For those that are watching right now, I know we got a lot of parents on here that have kids in school, man. What I want to do too is I want to find some way where we can have the parents maybe email us about their kid, and we want to spotlight somebody who's in high school. Maybe your kid's playing high school basketball in the playoffs. We want to spotlight that team, that kid. I want to definitely put some of the local high school kids on here as well, man. So if anybody out there knows of somebody doing really good sports wise, and they got a bright future, man, we love to spotlight them on here for a couple of minutes as well too. So we
got to bring them on and talk shop. It is Overtime, our sports show with G-Man, and of course me, AV, and we love your comments. Thank you guys for commenting and sharing with us your thoughts about our Houston sports and national sports as well. And I said I wanted to go back to the Houston Rockets because I want to talk about, is it time for us to be able to embrace this new movement for the Rockets, to embrace this change? I mean, we traded Russell Westbrook. We traded him, of course, to get John Walls. How do you feel about John Walls? I think for us, I would really keep John Walls maybe another year, and then I'm looking to trade him as well. I know I sound like Mr. Trade Everybody, but I'm thinking about rebuilding for the future, man.
John Wall has been out of the league for 2 years, and he's balling out of control. He's 100% healthy. I say, give him. Let's do another year with him, so we can get Christian Wood another year under this whole regime, and try to get some more players in there, man. I like Oladipo, but like you said, man, maybe we can get some more draft picks. But I don't know, man. I'm a little hurt, man, because I really thought, man, we were gonna get a championship within the next 5 years, starting from 2-3 years ago. So.
Yeah, and then you got to think about some of the talent asset that we have: Mason Jones, Kevin Martin Jr., Sterling Brown. So we've got some good pieces to work with. I think Ben McLemore and even Daniel House, I think they should be trade assets as well. Carlton says, listen, I've been H-Town since 78. You've been with me, Carlton. I've seen people come and go in all three sports. Hate to say it, I'm used to it. You're not lying. Carlton, please don't make me go pull out my Houston Oilers jersey on you, man.
Where's the lie in that comment right there? Ain't no lie in that comment, man. He's definitely right, man. But I will support, all Houston teams. The Texans, hang on real quick. We're the Texans in the draft. We don't have a first-round pick.
No.
A third round, right?
And so that's why we're trying to get the assets, because if we trade Watson, we need to trade we can get multiple picks. And I'm saying New York has the best position because they have 2 first-round picks, and I think we'll be able to get their first-round pick from next year, because you got to remember when the Cowboys traded Herschel Walker to build their dynasty team with Emmitt Smith and Michael Irvin and Troy Aikman, they did it by trading Herschel Walker and getting multiple first-round picks and a big haul back. So if we're going to do that, I think we should get a lot of assets for Watson.
I think it would have been best if the Jets didn't screw up the season by winning a game when they had the number 1 pick. Yeah. So that would have been a lot easier for us to trade Watson to the Jets, get the number 1 pick, get the blonde-haired dude from Clemson as the quarterback, and then maybe start building that way. But since they messed that up over there, I don't even know what's going to happen now. So
Thomas say that's the worst name ever played in basketball. Christian Wood. I like Christian Wood. And Christian Wood is talented. I hate the fact that Christian Wood is hurt right now. He's trying to rebound. He's almost back from his ankle injury. I think he'll be back after the All-Star break. But you got to give it up for the young brother. He's got a lot of talent. Now, what I will say, G-Man, is Christian Wood's got to put some weight on, man.
Yeah, he's got to elbow some people out the way a little bit. So, but speaking of the Rockets, man, they do got their next game March 11th at the Sacramento Kings. So hopefully this little break that they're on right now for All-Star Week, and then get it together. Christian Wood come back March 11th, second half of the season. Hopefully we can do something, man.
No, sir. No, listen, G-Man, we don't want to do nothing. We want to bottom out, because we have to. If we lose our first-round pick, if we're not within the top 4, if we don't have the first pick, second pick, third pick, or fourth pick, if we don't, we lose that because of trade with Oklahoma City. So I want us to bottom out so that we can be in position. And I know John Walls is a great player, and I'm not saying he's not, but I just think another year or so of John Walls, and then it's time for us to trade. I also want to make sure that you guys check out a big game tomorrow. I'm pro Houston Cougars, as I said. The Cougars going to be taking on Memphis. And so that's going to be a great game with the Cougars in Memphis as the Cougars try to play for first place in the AAC. So it's going to be fantastic. Man, this has been fun. The Overtime Sports Show with AB and G. Man, you guys be sure to spread this. We're going to do it every Friday, 6 p.m. Be sure to join us here. We're going to talk everything H-Town, from our Texans to our Cougars to our Rockets. And, of course, we got to get into our Astros as well, because you got the H-Town, baby.
They got like 8 pitchers right now that are on the COVID list.
Woo! Framber Valdez just got on there, man. Hurt his finger.
Yeah, so we're the Astros. They're going to be all right, but, I definitely want to, get into that next Friday. And then also, again, if you have anybody out there that knows anybody balling high school basketball, somebody that's going to be, doing big things in college, man, send us an email, send us a DM or whatever, and send us a message on Facebook. And we'd like to get that student on here as well. Just talk for a few minutes and just give him some shine,
Talk it up. Listen, we got nothing else to cheer for. Let's cheer for the Cougars. let's cheer for the Astros because the Rockets and the Texans going to be in timeout for the next couple of years. So,
yes,
God,
sir. Thanks for chiming in, Carlton, Con,
just you guys.
Who's been sending messages to us. Derek Gaines, I knew it was coming.
Don't you say that's blasphemous, Derek. Don't you say go Cowboys on here.
Yeah, we will talk Cowboys too. You know, we're not haters over here. We just love our city. We're not haters.
I hate the Cowboys, but I love the Dallas fans. I want you to understand that. I hate the Cowboys, but I love the Dallas fans.
Yeah. So we would definitely talk Cowboys. So we're not gonna definitely shun the Cowboy fans out either. We're gonna and the Saints too. I love the New Orleans Saints fans too. So yes, high school track, Keisha, track, anything, high school track, basketball, volleyball, golf, gymnastics, anything.
We gotta talk about that. Man.
My son is in a varsity team. I didn't even think about that till right now. My son's on the varsity golf team, Pasadena Memorial High School, and they just shot a 67 on Monday, and they took third place in the tournament on Monday. They got district coming up in a couple of weeks, so maybe I'll bring them on track.
Yeah, we got to do that. Yeah, we got to do it. Listen, I almost had a chance to try out for track in high school, but we didn't have enough people to field the team together, so everybody quit. We said, forget it. We don't want to. I wish I would have stayed in it now because we couldn't see that back then, how big the sport of golf was and the scholarships that we could have got by playing golf. So I'm looking forward to all these exciting topics we want to talk about. G-Man, how can I keep up with you, homie?
Yeah, hit me up on Instagram at gman979, Snapchat gman979, Twitter gman979, Tinder gman979, Christian Google gman979, and
Gamblers Anonymous.
Yeah, and my OnlyFans is too. OnlyFans on gman979 as well. So
follow me at Faith and Fame with AV. I'm all over the board from Instagram, TikTok, you name it. Whatever it is, on the social media world, you can follow me at that Faith and Fame with AV. Man, this has been fantastic. This is the first one, the Overtime Sports Show with G-Man. I'm AV. You guys have a wonderful Friday night. We out. Go H-Town.
Everybody's going to be at the Golden Nugget in Louisiana tonight. I'm heading there right now. I'm going to go
Jesus.
On the All-Star. Oh, they don't have a sports book in Louisiana.
Oh, Jesus.
But I'm going to Golden Nugget tonight. I'm going to go get my gamble on. I'll be wearing this outfit, repping my Astros. If you're going to Golden Nugget tonight, I'll be out there tonight.
Is that like the after party? Goodbye, yo.
All right, y'all.